So I grew up bouncing around, spent most of my formative years in Iowa. Really enjoyed being there, probably up until about middle school, where I kind of took a nosedive. My dad chose to leave ministry, which he had always been in, and so he had always been a pastor my whole life. And so he chose to leave ministry, which kind of opened up the door for me to kind of explore what my life could be like without a family member in ministry. So I chose to kind of rebel against teachers and my parents and the like. And so in 7th and 8th grade, those 2 years were just kind of my rebellious years, my years that I chose to kind of divert from the tracks a little bit. We ended up, between my 8th grade year and high school, moving to Ohio, which was a God-changing, life-changing event for me, and I did not know this. So as we moved, I didn't know it, but I would meet 5 of my greatest friends and greatest men of Christ still to this day that I know. And when we moved, I was kind of stuck in what I had been doing the past 2 years, which was just disrespect, sin, not loving others well, just really being the worst version of myself that I could have been. I was really looking for answers. I was really looking for people in my life to love me and cherish me as a friend, as just a newcomer to a whole new place that I was kind of entering into. And I found, like I said, five of the best friends that I could have possibly imagined, all Christ followers, and we really hit it off. In high school, we went to a couple ministry events, one in the winter and one in the summer. And I remember those two, my freshman year of high school, being very formative for me. The first one in the winter was called Kalahari, and this is where I would say I ended up finding Jesus for the first time, which was super exciting. We went to this conference, and it had great speakers, it had great music, and I just remember spending that weekend with my friends and in a place where everyone was just had the same idea of chasing after God. And it ended up being the weekend that I would give my life to Christ. And with the help of my friends and the help of my youth pastor at that time, I ended up just praying with them and really surrendering everything I had and everything I had been to Jesus. So in college, I chose to get involved in church, get involved in ministry, take a few trips for just a ministry with a ministry focus. And that really opened up my eyes to how much people need Christ and how many people don't even know that they need or want Jesus in their life. We spent about a week out in Los Angeles just sharing the gospel and fostering community with people. And this was just where I realized that for me, it was all about serving people, and Jesus really opened my eyes just to how awesome he can move, and in such amazing ways that he can move when we go out and we present Jesus to other people. As I went through college, I knew my wife and dated her throughout college, and then we moved to Hilliard and got involved at Movement Church, where the same pattern kind of carried on, where we both just love serving people. I serve on the worship team. She serves with Movement Kids, and then we also both serve in movement groups together and love to lead those and foster community that way. And so really, as I went through high school, college, and now my adult life, Jesus has just been a constant presence and just has redeemed so much about me and so much about my life that I could have never done on my own. And it's just super exciting to see him move in that way, and really looking forward to watching him move as we go forward and at Movement as a church family.